Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the final part of Amber the Orange Fairy. If you'd like to see me read other books, please do look out for my future videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for your support and let's begin today's story. Chapter 5 Goblin Alert. Rachel and Kirsty felt shivers run down their spines as the whole pond froze over. Jack Frost's grinning face faded away. "Follow me," ordered Bertram. He hopped over to a large bush. "We'll hide here." "Maybe we should go back to the pot," said Ruby. "Not if the goblins are close by," Bertram replied. "We can't let them know where the pot is." The two girls crouched down behind the bush next to Bertram. Ruby and Amber sat still on Kirsty's shoulder. It was getting colder and colder. Rachel and Kirsty couldn't stop their teeth from chattering. "What are goblins like?" Rachel asked. "They're bigger than us," said Amber. She was trembling with fear. "And they have mean faces, and long noses, and big feet," Ruby added, holding her sister's hand for comfort. "Hush, Miss Ruby," Bertram croaked. "I hear something." Rachel and Kirsty listened. Suddenly, Rachel saw a long-nosed shadow dash across the clearing toward them. She grabbed Kirsty's arm. They were peering out of the bush when the leaves rustled right next to them. The two girls almost jumped out of their skin. "Hey!" said a gruff voice, sounding very close. "What do you think you're doing?" Rachel and Kirsty held their breath. "Nothing," said another gruff voice rudely. "Goblins!" Amber whispered in Kirsty's ear. "You stepped on my toe," said the first goblin angrily. "No, I didn't," snapped the other goblin. "Yes, you did. Keep your big feet to yourself." "Well, at least my nose isn't as big as yours." The bush shook even more. It sounded like the goblins were pushing and shoving each other. "Get out of my way!" one of them shouted. "Ow! That'll teach you to push me!" yelled the other one. Rachel and Kirsty looked at each other in alarm. What if the goblins found them there? "Come on," puffed one of the goblins. "Jack Frost will be really angry if we don't find these fairies. You know he wants us to keep them from getting back to Fairyland." "Well, they're not here, are they?" grumbled the other. "Let's try somewhere else." The voices died away. The leaves stopped rustling. And suddenly, the air felt warm again. There was a cracking sound as the frozen pond began to melt. "They're gone," Bertram croaked. "Quick, we must get back to the pot." They all hurried across the clearing. The pot stood under the weeping willow tree, just as before. "I'll stay outside in case the goblins come back," Bertram began, but a shout from Kirsty stopped them all in their tracks. "Look!" she cried. "The pot's frozen over!" Kirsty was right. The top of the pot was covered with a thick sheet of ice. No one, not even a fairy, could get inside. Chapter 6 Bertram to the Rescue. "Oh no!" Ruby gasped. "The goblins must have been really close. Thank goodness they didn't discover the pot." She flew over to the pot with Amber right behind her. They drummed the ice with their tiny fists, but it was too thick for them to break through. "Should we try, Rachel?" asked Kirsty. "Maybe we could smash the ice with a stick." But Bertram had another idea. "Stand back, please, everyone," he said. The girls moved to the edge of the clearing. Ruby sat on Kirsty's hand, and Amber flew over to Rachel. They all watched. Suddenly, Bertram took a mighty hop forward. He jumped right at the sheet of ice, kicking out with his webbed feet. But the ice did not break. "Let's try again," he panted. He jumped forward again and hit the ice. This time, there was a loud cracking sound. After one more jump, the ice shattered into little pieces. Some of it fell inside the pot. Rachel and Kirsty rushed over to fish out the pieces of ice before they melted. There you are, Bertram croaked. Thank you, Bertram, Ruby called. She and Amber flew down and hugged the frog. Bertram looked pleased. Just doing my job, Miss Ruby, he said. You and Miss Amber must stay very close to the pot from now on. It's dangerous for you to go too far. We've got to say goodbye to our friends first, Amber told him. She flew into the air and did a backflip, smiling at Rachel and Kirsty. Thank you 1,000 times. We'll see you again soon, said Rachel. When we found your next rainbow sister, Kirsty added. Good luck, said Ruby. We'll be waiting here for you. Come on, Amber. She took her sister's hand, and they flew over to the pot. The two fairies turned to wave at the girls, then they disappeared inside. Don't worry, Bertram said. I'll look after them. We know you will, Rachel said, and she picked up her beach bag. She and Kirsty walked out of the woods. I'm glad Ruby isn't on her own anymore, said Rachel. Now she has Amber and Bertram. I didn't like those goblins, Kirsty said with a shudder. I hope they don't come back again. The girls made their way back to the beach. Their parents were packing up their towels. Rachel's dad saw Rachel and Kirsty coming down the path and went to meet them. You've been gone a long time, he smiled. We were just coming to look for you. Are we going home now? Rachel asked. Mr. Walker nodded. It's very strange, he said. It suddenly turned quite chilly. As he spoke, a cold breeze swirled around Rachel and Kirsty. The friends shivered and looked up at the sky. The sun had disappeared behind a thick black cloud. The trees swayed in the wind, and the leaves rustled as if they were whispering to one another. Jack Frost's goblins are still here, Kirsty whispered. You're right, Rachel agreed. Let's hope Bertram can keep Ruby and Amber safe while we look for the other Rainbow Fairies. Kirsty nodded and smiled at Rachel. They still have 5 fairies to find. It would take some magic and a lot of work, but she was sure they could do it together. This is the end of Amber the Orange Fairy. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!